Welcome into the Chiefs Report. My name is Harrison Graham from Chat Sports. A lot of you guys are familiar with me as I did host this channel for a couple of years, and I have filled in from time to time since then, and I'm doing so once again today. Tyler Jones has left the company for other opportunities. We wish him the best, and as far as who the next permanent host is going to be, stay tuned. Make sure you're still subscribed because that announcement will be coming soon. Not quite locked in yet, but we have a pretty good idea of where that's going to go. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated with content as often as possible. We'll shoot for daily content, but at least several videos per week until we get a permanent host situation. But for today, you're stuck with me. And on today's show, we're going to react to the first Chiefs unofficial depth chart. So let's go ahead and dive on in here. Number one, should we be concerned by Jaylen Royals, the rookie wide receiver, and where he was placed on the depth chart? He was essentially listed as the 8th wide receiver. He was behind Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Skyy Moore, Tyquan Thornton, who's been having a good training camp, Nico Romeo, and then Jaylen Royals comes in. Now remember, these are unofficial. The PR staff handles a lot of these, so take it with a grain of salt. But I do wonder, especially with Juju having a good camp, Andy Reid has mentioned him multiple times, Tyquan Thornton has been turning some heads. I would expect Royals to make the team based just on where he was drafted, but it's possible he just doesn't have a role. Like, they keep him based on where they drafted him and what they hope he can be down the road, but maybe he's like just their 6th receiver and he's not even active on game days. So, we'll see what happens here. I liked him coming out of Utah State quite a bit. He certainly had moments in training camp, but does seem that he is a little bit behind some of his peers that he is competing with for a role in this offense. And obviously, you have the big three of Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Marquise Hollywood Brown. Who do you guys think is the next best receiver? Based on what Andy Reid thinks and is saying, sounds like that guy has been Juju. Called him the leader of the wide receiver room, veteran. Has obviously had some good moments with the Chiefs. Would you say Juju? Would you say Tyquan Thornton? Would you say Jaylen Royals? Skyy Moore? Someone else? Let us know in the comments who you think the best receiver is after the big three. Okay, by Felix, as Felix Enudike Uzama is in a critical training camp right now after not doing much the first couple of years of his career. He's listed as a 3rd stringer. Mike Dana, George Karlaftis, the 2 starters coming off the edge. Charles Omenihu, who's going to play a lot. Ashton Gelati, who they drafted in the 3rd round as well. Malik Herring, who did some good things last year, along with Felix there kind of on the 3rd line of rotation, and kind of puts you right on the bubble. I mean, probably on the outside looking in. I would guess they keep 4 or 5 edge rushers on the 53-man roster, and Herring is a guy who I thought did more last year than Felix did. Keep an eye on a potential late camp trade. You see this all the time where high draft pick doesn't pan out, team flips him to another team for like a late round pick swap. Hey, we'll send you Felix in a 7th, give us a 6th round pick back. He could just get flat out cut if they don't want to keep him and there's no team willing to bite. So we'll see where this goes. But as of now, Felix might be on the outside looking in with some critical preseason games coming up. Okay, is the offensive line settled? My initial answer to that is no, but some interesting tidbits from the initial depth chart regarding 3 players competing for 2 spots. So stay tuned for that. But before we get to the offensive line, guys, Patrick Mahomes jerseys on sale, 25% off, limited time only. Got to go to chatsports.com/Mahomes. Check out our link. That'll get you where you need to go to get a Chiefs Mahomes jersey today. You can get it in white or red. Different ones available as well. Women's jerseys on that same link. Chatsports.com/Mahomes. 25% off. Take advantage of this deal. Okay, so on the initial depth chart, Josh Simmons is listed as the starting left tackle. That seems mostly set in stone at this point. He's just been very, very good from day dot. One of the, I'd say, bigger storylines across the league that this rookie that fell to the end of the 1st round, not only is he healthy, he's basically locked in the starting left tackle spot. Kingsley Suamataia is the starting left guard in the initial depth chart. Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, no surprises there. Juwan Taylor at right tackle. Jaylen Moore is listed as the backup right tackle. Now, we know he can play left tackle. He's been working in at left guard as well. He's been competing with Suamataia at left guard and with Jawan Taylor at right tackle after it was pretty clear early on that Josh Simmons was going to be the left tackle. When they signed Jaylen Moore, they kind of thought maybe he might be the guy because they gave him $15 million this year and $21 million guaranteed over 2 years. But Simmons is just better, and it's obvious right away. But he's been working in at left guard and right tackle because that's an expensive backup if he's not going to start. So we'll see what happens. But between Suamataia, Jawan Taylor, and Jaylen Moore, feels like, doesn't feel like, someone's going to be the odd man out. Now, injuries pop up. Maybe this thing resolves itself. I don't think they view Jawan Taylor as someone who would play anywhere else but right tackle. So if he beats out Jaylen Moore, he'll start at right tackle. Suamataia, excuse me. We are not even going to cut that out because that's just kind of funny. Who's going to be the odd man out? Which of these three is not going to start? As my producer is laughing in my face. Let me know. Kingsley Suamataia, Jawan Taylor, Jaylen Moore. Who is the odd man out? I might have to be the odd man out after that. All right. Shamari Connor listed ahead of Jaden Hicks at safety. I don't think this is one to be alarmed at, but it caught my attention. Hicks, who I thought did a lot of good things last year. Obviously, Connor's been good. Brian Cook's been a solid player as well. But Connor and Cook, the starters. Now, Connor can play some nickel also. That didn't happen as much last year after Trent McDuffie played primarily in the nickel a year ago. We'll see if he plays more outside this year. Sounds like that could be the case. But remember, Spags uses a lot of three safety looks. Like he in the Ravens and the Seahawks with Mike McDonald going for Baltimore there. Those three teams more than anyone use three safety looks. Part of that's personnel, part of that's scheme. So all three of these guys are going to play. Cook, along with Connor and Jaden Hicks, who I was just talking about as well. So I don't think this is one to be like crazy alarmed at by any means, but it did catch my attention because I think Jaden Hicks is a guy who could have a big role on this team this year. So we'll see kind of how Spags mixes and matches, but we trust Spags at this point to push the right buttons, obviously. Subscribe to the channel for up-to-date Chiefs content. Like I said, it'll probably be a variety of hosts. You might see me some, might see some other guys. So we'll got you covered. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep you up to date throughout training camp, the preseason, and have a permanent host for you guys soon. So keep the noties turned on. Hit the subscribe button. Chiefs Report not going anywhere. All right. Should we be worried about Jared Wiley? A player who has a soft spot in my heart, went to my alma mater, TCU. I really liked the pick. I actually saw clearly not that he would be the next Travis Kelce, but I think his skill set emulated some of the traits that Kelce has. Really good receiving tight end, can give you yards after the catch, route running, strong hands, good enough blocker. But to be listed behind Robert Tonyan, I know he's coming off the injury, but that's not great. Maybe this injury was pretty severe and he's just not looking the same. I'm not sure. When they drafted him, I was like, I think his ceiling is higher than Noah Gray's. Now, in the short term, Noah Gray was going to have a bigger role, and that was going to be the case. Then Wiley gets hurt, and it kind of settles itself anyway. Then they extended Noah Gray, so clearly Gray's going to be here. But for Jared Wiley to be behind Robert Tonyan, I think he'll make the team. I think even if Tonyan makes the team, they'll keep a fourth in Jared Wiley. He's a fourth-round pick last year. It's pretty early to pivot off of that, but surely he's better than Robert Tonyan. I mean, Robert Tonyan's been cooked for years. Like, he was bad toward the end of his time in Green Bay. He was bad in Chicago a couple of years ago and didn't show much last year. So if that's actually the case, that's disappointing. Maybe this is just one of those kind of oversights on the depth chart. Third, fourth string, who really cares? But I don't know, man. If Robert Tonyan's getting more run than Jared Wiley, that would make me nervous if I'm owning Jared Wiley stock. Okay, predict a surprise Chiefs cut. I think Jared Wiley would fall in that, his fourth-round pick from a year ago. Is Felix a surprise at this point? Probably not. They're not going to cut Jaylen Royals after getting drafted 3 months ago. Drop a name down in the comment section below. Appreciate everybody for making it to the end of the video, and it's fun to talk Chiefs once again every once in a while. Again, don't know if it'll be me on the next video or in the future, but appreciate those of you who have followed along with me in my career up to this point. And don't worry, Chiefs content going to be coming your way. Make sure you lock in to this feed still, and we'll keep you covered.